Hello, how are you doing? Welcome. It's been a pretty, I don't want to say it's been a good day because, obviously, the, it's been a weird day for the United States. I mean, it's just a weird time for the United States. But I don't know. I've had a fairly good evening. I was got not a ton of sleep last night because I was up way too late for work stuffs. And ended up sleeping in a little bit, but I don't think I slept particularly well because I was, I think apnea and whatnot. So I don't think it was high quality sleep, but was able to nap a little bit. And now it is evening time. I got all my tasks done. So the past few days I felt a little bummed because I've wanted to take actions to improve, where I'm at. Let's go to the spreadsheet. Where's the darn thing? There we go. Okay. Yeah. So I've wanted to take actions, but if we look at the past couple days, because the idea is like, okay, every day I'm trying to do something that sort of greases the wheels of progress. So something that's not just like, oh, I wash the dishes because there are going to be more dishes tomorrow, but something like, gosh, not a lot of these aren't significant. Well, we built that token generator for D&D. That was fun. Laminated some new handle links. That was also helpful. Added marking list. So the past couple days, a lot of these have really felt like, all right, I'm just putting in a token effort because I want to do something. I want to not break the chain, but I'm not really feeling like some progress. Today, I did a thing that actually feels like progress. So I don't know if this is true for you. I get really scared about starting to work on anything because I'm scared that, oh gosh, it's going to end up worse before it gets better, and I don't trust myself to actually complete projects. It's actually one of the reasons that I really need to demonstrate some self-efficacy to myself right now. It's like I don't want to start. I don't want to start fixing even little things because I'm like, well, that's going to require a full remodel. I'm not going to get a full remodel done, and then we're just going to stare at this like half-done thing forever and ever and ever. It took. Yeah, so we have a deck that probably was due to be replaced when we bought this house, and I'm not trying out the deck because I'm just like it'll take me forever to actually finish the new deck. But the stairs were really rickety and they were coming apart. And finally I was like, this is this is I just didn't want to touch anything about the deck because I don't want to start this unless I know I can finish it. Finally, I just said, you know what? Okay, to heck with it. I'll build new steps. I did using hand tools, which I probably wouldn't recommend because you're using, like 2x6s, which I don't know how lumber is dimensioned outside of the U.S. But it's thick handsaw stuff, and then trying to get the stair rails is a pain to get this all lined up. But anyway. Got it done, put it up, and it's great. Today, I spackled the bathroom. The spackle is the thing you use to patch drywall. So for whatever reason, like when we first came, there's no towel rack in the downstairs bathroom. There's a shower in there, but there's no towel rack. And so I had installed a towel rack right when we moved in, and I put in some drywall anchors because I could not. The studs just did not line up because it was not particularly adjustable. And then at some point, I guess it must have been the moisture content or something, the thing just tore out. And so there've been these holes in the wall forever. And I'm just like, the bathroom needs work. I just don't want to deal with it. I didn't want to patch the things because I'm like, well, then I'm just going to see I've got to paint that and I've got to do this weird text because all of in American homes, you don't end up with flat walls. You end up with all these textured walls, which means you've got to get like an aerosol sprayer thing to actually retexture any patches and stuff that you do. It's just a whole nightmare. But now, my attitude has changed. I spackled it up, and there are no more holes in the wall. There are patches of unpainted wall now where the spackle is. And weirdly enough, looking at that doesn't give me the sense of like, oh, look, there's unfinished work. It actually gives me a sense of pride. Like, look, I did a thing. So, point is, that's working. I got my habits done. I added a new one today. Phone powered off for an hour. I talked about that in previous videos, but actually did it this time. And boy, it's weird to describe how what a relief it is to know that like you're not on call. There's no there's no way that a spouse or friends or work or a news alert or anything has the ability to just determine your attention for you for that window. Obviously, I can't live a life with my phone powered off a lot of the time. There's some cases where I choose to use my phone because I like to listen to audiobooks and music and whatnot. I also need it for multi-factor authentication and stuff like that. There are times where I do need to be on call for work, and I do need to be responsive when stuff is going on. But boy, it is nice to have just a period of time where that's not the case. I had finished biking, and I got off the bike and I was watching some YouTube videos, and I felt like, man, I really, really wish that I could go running right now. Now, 400 pounds, it's not super safe for me to go running. Right now it is 20 degrees out Fahrenheit, so significantly cold. There's plenty of snow on the sidewalks and whatnot. And yeah, I'm 400 pounds and don't have a coat that I can actually close over my body right now. It is a pretty much certainty that I would at some point roll my ankle, and that would not be good. So that's a bummer, but it did inspire me to be like, all right, well, I'll just get back on the bike then. Because if I'm able to get the weight down, I'd love to be able to do that again. We bought a treadmill, I want to say 2 years ago. It has a max weight of 300 pounds. At the time, I was down to like 260, and I was like, hey, I want to have something for the days when I really can't go outside. I was like, I'm at 260. I'm not, I'm doing well. I'm not going to be up above 300 again, so that'll be fine. It's not. But that's something to work for. As soon as I lose 100 pounds, I can start doing at-home walking exercise. So that is the thing. And actually, I did want to walk through. That is, and I've talked about this metaphor before, but this really is a huge thing, like incremental games. And I'm really trying to look at it this way: that like my reward for being successful at things is the ability to live my life more fully. Let me pull up I wanted to pull this up. I'm gonna pull up Kitten's Game, which is one of my favorite incremental games. For those of you who are uninitiated, so I think it's fun. I normally play this on my phone because I'm lazy and whatever. But look at this. We are a kitten in a catnip forest, and all we can do is gather some catnip in the forest. And there's the thing: refine catnip into catnip wood, which we can't do because we need 100 catnip. But okay, we'll go ahead and click, and look at that. We've got 1 catnip out of 5,000. I'll go ahead and click that some more. And after clicking that, now we're up to 18 catnip. So hooray for us. We are rocking this game. Look, we can also purchase a catnip field. If we plant some catnip to grow in the village, let's see. It costs 10 catnip, and then it gives catnip production of 0.63 per second. So go ahead and do that. And look at that. Now, we're generating catnip automatically without having to do anything. So we're done with the game, right? No, it's automated. No, we can go ahead and buy more catnip fields, and we can continue to gather catnip and buy more catnip fields. And of course, as we do this, and as we progress along our catnipping journey, we'll eventually get to the point where we can refine some catnip into catnip wood. I think, I'm trying to remember exactly how much catnip wood we have to get before more of the game reveals itself to us. We'll need a fair bit. But yeah, look at that. We're already up to like 12 per second, so we just have to wait some arbitrary number of seconds. And we can just continue our ability to produce and build upon things. And it's just this virtuous cycle of catnip in our catnip forest to hooray for us. I don't know why this is a good metaphor, but it resonates with me. And you can't control what what works for you and what doesn't. There we go. A hut. Build a hut. Each has a space for 2 kittens. Kittens need catnip to eat, or they will die. Every kitten consumes about 4 catnip per second. So we're going to need a fair amount of catnip per second, but actually that means we can support 4 at present. Although, interestingly, 50% of our production is coming from the weather, so we can support 4 kittens now, but you know, who's to say how sustainable that is? Let's go ahead and build a hut all the same. This is giving us a progress bar, and look at that. We've got 0 out of 2 kittens, and hooray for us. We're just making all sorts of progress. And as we, yeah. Anyway, I think you get the idea. Although I can promise with this particular game, you definitely don't get the idea. Because like this eventually gets insanely complex. You end up with, eventually the cats go to space. It's, it's a thing. Just look at that. I've got a small village. I can now say, all right, my kitten is going to be a woodcutter, and they're going to generate 0.09 wood per second. Now I'm generating, that kitten is working. But this is warning me, hey, your catnip supply is too low, so, you know, be mindful of that. You know, kittens have joined our village. Yeah, and eventually the cats go to space. The point is, I feel like we'd need to sit here with this game for a little while before this really makes a ton of sense. But no, I think for me, it really is trying to understand it. Look, like right now, at the level of health that I am at, you know, making modest improvements in any area is going to have outsized impact, and it's going to unlock better ways of doing the things that I want to do. And it's really like I really want to be able to go running right now, and I haven't in quite some time, and I would like to, and that can be its own reward. And of course, it's not. You know, I don't want to get in shape so that I can go run once and then be done. Like, no, getting to that point then, you know, gives me the responsibility. All right, well, let's use running to get into even better shape. So, look at there. There's a library. Eventually, we will have the capacity. I wonder. Let's see. Can we generate enough? We're almost there. Almost a library. Library to store sacred cat kind knowledge. Or we can build another hut and get more cats. So it's you know, balances. Well, 5 seconds, then we'll be able to build a library, because we've got kittens working overtime on this one. There we go, library. Now look at that. We have a science tab. We can start. Yeah, so we can develop the ability to predict when the seasons will change. Ooh, we can observe the sky. Something happened. We got some extra science. Look at that. If we go to our small village and say, one of you is not a woodcutter, you're going to be a scholar now. You're going to start generating some science for us, and then in about 10 seconds we'll be able to research a calendar. So look, this is basically what we're trying to do with life right now. I'll go ahead and paste a link to this in the description, because I think it's a really fun, engaging game. So the graphics are incredible, and it's free, so maybe you'll find it enjoyable as well. Yeah, I don't know if this metaphor has necessarily worked, but I hope you're doing well, and I will speak with you tomorrow. I didn't even say which day this was. I don't even know which day this is. I've got to check, because this is taking action day. Is this 10? Are we into double digits yet? Let's check. Of how well produced this is. No, it's only 9. All right. Well, eventually it will be 10, and then yeah, that'll be fun. Also, I think one of the yeah, I know I'm dragging this on along. One of the realizations I'm starting to have is not realizations. One of the realities I'm having a hard time avoiding is just the reminder that, hey, you know, you can get the good exercise habits, you can get the good sleep habits and whatnot. If you don't focus a little bit on diet, you're not going to see most of, particularly the weight loss improvements that you want to see. I am not going to, you know, I may be able to burn a few calories on the treadmill, but unless I start implementing some good food habits, you know, we wouldn't expect huge results yet. I think it's the area where I've felt the most resistance to really starting, but it's also the one where I know that, you know, as soon as I make a good faith effort to change my dietary habits, it's going to be 30 pounds. Like that, you know, mostly water weight, sure, but then that's going to make it way easier to sleep. It's going to mean I'm snoring less and apnea less. It's going to mean I have more energy throughout the day. It's all going to spin up. So trying to make sure that I've got the habit of following up on habits in there first, give myself a little bit of lead up into, like, all right, it's time to reconsider the food, but then it'll be time to reconsider the food, and I know that that's going to really start to set things on the right track. All right, anyway, yeah, a little rambling, but I'm hyper at late o'clock at night. I will see you tomorrow. Cheers.